One local election office is dealing with a COVID outbreak. The Jackson County Election Board says 30 paid election workers have tested positive, 30 of them. They were likely exposed at the polls. KCTV5's Betsy Webster spoke with one official about how it happened. She's live with more. Betsy.
Well, Ellen, of that number you mentioned, 2 of those folks were hospitalized. One of them is now in the ICU. The infection seems to have started here at the absentee voting location, a part-time worker who was then sent home and people were quarantined, but then the numbers just kept growing in the 6 weeks of absentee voting. The advance absentee turnout for the Jackson County Election Board was tremendous, like in so many places. With only 19 full-time election staff, part-timers filled the gap, many of them retired folks who've been doing this for years.
We love our part-timers. We couldn't survive without them, and they know how much we appreciate them.
COVID-19 made that risky, but they had a plan, a drive-through for COVID-positive voters by appointment, where poll workers were suited up in full protection gear.
We only had so many workers, and we only had so much PPE. So we set hours, and we allotted the PPE for the COVID voters.
That's different from curbside for those with mobility issues. But Brown says COVID-19 positive or quarantined voters were skipping the specialized appointments and going to the regular drive-through lines.
But once they were in line, there was no getting them out of the line. So they were coming when we only had on gloves and masks.
She suspects that and the 1,000 people a day coming into the absentee location in the last week was the source of the spread. From 2.5 weeks ago to now, they've had 8 of their 19 full-time workers test positive and 22 of approximately 40 part-timers.
They really did put their lives on the line to make sure everybody got a chance to vote.
And just today, she got word that an election judge who was working at one of the polling locations on Election Day has now tested positive. I contacted 3 other election authorities to find out what their numbers are. I'll have that information in this story on our website and app. Live in Independence, Missouri, Betsy Webster, KCTV5 News.
All right, Betsy, thank you. We sure hope that worker who is in the ICU can make it. Yeah. All right, Betsy, thank you.